Transformation. Transformation of motivation from anger, fear, despair to compassion, love, and purpose. This is a vital challenge for today's social change movement. This is not, I repeat, this is not to deny the noble emotion of appropriate anger and outrage in the face of social injustice. That's a necessity. Rather, this entails a crucial shift from fighting against evil to working for love, and the long-term results are very different. Even if the outer activities appear virtually identical, action follows being, as the Sufi says goes. Thus, a positive future cannot emerge from the mind of anger and despair. Dalai Lama. For those of us who are small YouTubers who are trying to stay vigilant and stay on course with positivity, please believe your hard work will pay off. Stay patient and stay diligent. This is difficult sometimes to put into action because we are so attached to the outcome of our work. We rise and fall with our successes and failures, a true path to burnout. Just hold a clear intention and let go of the outcome. Hold on to the vision. This has been one of my biggest battles yet. Recognizing that a larger wisdom is always operating. As Gandhi said, the victory is in the doing, not the results. Also, remain flexible in the face of changing circumstances. Planning is invaluable, but plans are useless. Sometimes unforeseen events or circumstances happen that's out of your control. Integrity is your protection. If your work has integrity, this will tend to protect you from negative energy and circumstances. You can often sidestep negative energy from others by becoming transparent to it, allowing it to pass through you with no adverse effect upon you. This is a conscious practice that might be called psychic Aikido. I explained the meaning of psychic Aikido at the end of the video. The reason God created man in his image inwardly and with his likeness outwardly was not for man to do anything for God or to be God's best friend, so to speak, but so that man and God would be organically one and God would be expressed through man on earth. Let me repeat that again. So that God and man would be organically one and God would be expressed through man on earth. What door God has shut, no man can open, and what door God has opened, no man can shut. People wear themselves out in efforts to make a situation turn badly for believers. Yet God will still ultimately accomplish his plan. All people should take courage that he is working everything for our good, even the most difficult life situations. God's purpose is the one that lasts. The lives of men and women are but a vapor. However, God's purposes can be fulfilled throughout multiple generations. We can make our plans and set out to see them accomplished. Pray and seek God's direction. We can find ourselves drifting in the ocean of problems without a sail. Every plan should begin and every plan should end with God in mind. Do not, I repeat, don't demonize your adversaries. It makes them more defensive and less receptive to your views. People respond to arrogance with their own arrogance, creating rigid polarization. Be a perpetual learner and constantly challenge your own views. And some of you may or may not know, I am a loner by nature. I love being by myself, and it's very seldom that I socialize. I'm not really a social creature. Now, to some, that may come to you as a surprise, but it's honestly the truth. I tend to isolate myself and be alone a lot, but I'm learning that you can't do that. You can't isolate yourself from the pain of the world. Shielding yourself from heartbreak prevents transformation. And that's what I'm trying to do, transform, go higher, ascend. Sometimes we have to let heartbreak open us and learn to move in the world with a broken heart. As Gibran says, your pain is a medicine by which the physician within heals thyself. When we open ourselves to the pain of the world, we become the medicine that heals the world. Let me repeat that. When we open ourselves to the pain of the world, we become the medicine that heals the world. This is another message DMX was trying to get across to people. This is what Gandhi understood so deeply in his principles. A broken heart becomes an open heart, and genuine transformation begins. It starts there. Universal law, the law of wisdom. Wisdom erases karma. If you have learned the lesson through wisdom and love, you can mitigate your suffering. We seem to learn through pain, through direct experience, this or another lifetime. When you move towards a predestined test in your life, you can mitigate the impact of the event with wisdom. Just as we design a house according to our taste and preference, so God designed us in a particular way, making us in His likeness outwardly, so we would look like God, and with His image inwardly, having the human virtues as copies and containers for the divine attributes, so that we may receive God, be one with God, contain God, and express God. We are not made to work for God per se and merely fulfill God's purpose. We are created to receive God, contain God, be one with God, and express God. We have a human spirit which matches God's spirit, and through regeneration we become one spirit with God, the Lord, Allah, Jehovah, whatever name you choose to use. You have to love who you are, because it's what you have, and it's all that you have. You have to be grateful for. That's what I'm learning. UESHIBA, 1883 to 1969, was a Japanese martial artist. He was known to be an invisible warrior. He was very much against fighting war in any violence. This seems at odds with being a warrior, except that he promoted a form of defensive engagement. He understood that continued fighting with others, ourselves, and the environment will ultimately ruin the earth. And so he taught Aikido, translated as the art of peace. Aikido is a creative mind-body discipline taught as a practical way to handle aggression, external attack, and as a philosophy to deal with life creatively. It is martial art as well as a way of life. This is one of his quotes. As soon as you concern yourself with the good and bad of your fellows, you create an opening in your heart for maliciousness to enter. Testing, competing with, and criticizing others weakens and defeats you. Quick shout out to Archangel Michael, also to the universe and my ancestors. I would like to thank you for having patience with me. I am being used as a vessel to get the message across. And I want to say thank you to all my supporters and everyone who watches this video. I'm starting to see results from continuing to work very hard to get the messages out. And I want you to know I appreciate so much your support. And I want the universe to know that I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, and humble. A cosmic egg in which the universe or some primordial being comes into existence by the hatching of an egg is found in the creation myths of many cultures. Why is this concept so pervasive throughout the world? Clues to the origin of the cosmic egg may lie in another symbol commonly paired with the egg, the symbol of the intertwined snakes, which some believe represent ancient knowledge of the DNA double hexal spiral. Did our ancestors have advanced insight into human biological coding? And could the cosmic egg represent not the cosmos or the gods, but our own creation and genetic manipulation? Ancient astronaut theories suggest, just like the world's most iconic religious symbols, the cosmic egg cannot be summed up as representing a singular thing, but may have a much deeper meaning. Even we are down and out and at our lowest point and we have fallen. Even in our fallen condition, we have the capacity to love, desire to be in the light, the capacity to be right and holy like God. Our deepest need and desire is not for earthly things or even psychological or philosophical things. It is for love, light, righteousness, and holiness. The heart crosses the abyss that the mind creates and operates at depths unknown to the mind.